You asked for time. Is this long enough?
Yes, my head's clearer, though I would kill for a decent cup of coffee.
Have you? For coffee, I mean.
Not today. You've got questions. You might as well ask them.
You're the best mage killer in the Antivan Crows. So how'd the Venatori catch you?
Someone set me up. I had a contract for Colivan, in the ossuary. I took a ship from Treviso to Inrathus. They were waiting for me. Knew which ship and when it would arrive. I don't know how they convinced the Crows I was dead, but I woke up in the ossuary with Zara gloating about it.
I know Katerina volunteered you to work with us. Are you okay with that?
When the first talent of the Crows gives you a job, you do it. Especially if she's your grandmother. But there's plenty of reason for me to work with you beyond that, Rook.
Such as?
I owe you a debt, for one. And after a year in that hole, maybe I'm looking forward to stabbing a god or two in the back.
The crossroads can be dicey, but the lighthouse is safe. Oh, and if you see a spirit around called the Caretaker, they're friendly.
After the ossuary, that will be a pleasant change. You haven't asked about Spite.
From what I've seen, I'd say he picked the right name.
He's stronger when I sleep, so I try not to do it much. No one was in the ossuary by choice, not even the demons. We both did what we had to get out of there.
So if you're an abomination...
I suppose I should get used to that.
But I heard that only mages can get possessed by demons.
I'm skilled with a blade, but I promise you, without Spite, I have the magical talent of a brick. There must be some difference between a demon deceiving their way into a body and being forced into one. Only Zara knows for sure.
When you have nothing but bad choices, better to take the one that saves you.
And now comes the rest of my life. Our life. Leave Spite to me. If he's trapped in this world, he has good reason to fight for it. For now, I must honor our contract. Gods, magic, politics. Things are going to get very bloody.
have a look and keep my stores full. Come back soon.
Greetings, Rook. I am Air, one who provides training for Antivan crows.
You're not a crow yourself?
Not as such, but we are frequently at their service. That answer suits them, as it should suit you.
Occupied. The insult of it.
It's more than insulting.
It's... Salt in the wound. And that is my purview.
I could have daggers in 100 necks by nightfall.
No doubt. But more necks would present themselves tomorrow.
I have other daggers.
Am I interrupting?
Forgive Thea. She gets testy when a contract is delayed.
Neither of you strike me as the bloodthirsty sort.
Our shared enemies deserve our worst.
You want help against the gods. We want Treviso free. We now think they may be the same problem. The occupation has a face. The Antam commander, Keith Lord Butcher Dathrata. But Viago thinks killing him outright is short-sighted.
The Butcher took the city suspiciously fast. Removing him is useless if someone else can repeat that, with the help of gods or something else. Despite it being the outcome, assassination is not about killing, it's about sending a message.
And what message would that be?
The crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free.
Sounds like you think the occupation wasn't just about force.
Cruel as the Butcher is, he didn't break the city with a siege. It was sudden and complete.
Like he had it all mapped. Where to march and what to close off to choke resistance.
He had inside information? Spies?
He had something.
And until we know what it was, killing him isn't the contract.
Butcher Dathrata. What do you know about him?
The Antam army fractured, split among warlords, and he seems to have kept the most traditional discipline. And the rank and file like it. His numbers keep growing, but the Butcher himself is odd.
Odd how?
He gives daily speeches about how the occupation is somehow merciful. And the way he talks, it's familiar. It's like he thinks he belongs here. And I won't have it.
You're in charge? Antiva has a king.
And the power of a king is enforced by armies. Antiva has no army. It has the crows.
There's a reason Antivan coins have portraits of guild leaders, not royalty. We're patriots. Crows can't field a battalion, but we protect our nation our way.
Gods care about taking Treviso?
The Butcher wants Treviso. The gods may just want the Antam.
But Antam distrust magic and outright fear demons. They should be enemies.
Power can turn anyone against their own interests, their own people.
Helping the crows helps everyone in the long run. What's the first step to your message?
We have a scout named Dareth. He said he was onto something the Butcher was hiding.
He was in the Drown district, so that's a place to start. Find our crow and help with his contract.
Find your crow. Then what?
We break this occupation. We craft the message one step at a time.
And when we finally assassinate the person who leashed Treviso, that death will tell everyone. The crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free. I've noted the location of Dareth and his cousin, Jacobus, in the Drown district. They're always together. Jacobus will be eager to help. Perhaps too eager for one so young.
Can you blame him? We've all lost too much to this occupation.
Hang on.
An underwater prison? That's still pretty amazing.
Amazing? I suppose it is. Do you think the elves made it? It didn't seem Tevinter.
I think so. I wonder what it was built for. Originally, I mean.
The Antam ordered me out of my house. I don't have anywhere else to go.
What were we talking about? Whatever it was meant for, it's a pit of misery now.
Right.
A fine evening, is it not, my friends?
Not even an army stops the Treviso market.
So many things you could buy. How do you choose?
The right finishing touches make a home.
We have all sorts of medicines here, for all sorts of people. You need anything for your comfort? You let Tia know.
Anything here speak to your aura?
Good, good.
Can I help you with anything? Little amethyst on your forehead for 10 minutes every night. Works wonders.
Listen to your body.
Pretty language.
What does it say
you're
it
not
needs?
sure what
Let
you
me know
need,
if you'd like to
just
see anything
ask
close
Tia
up.
quietly.
Let me know if I can get you anything else.
Cafe later?
Left the Cune to get away from Antam assholes. Now they're here anyway.
Welcome to the Dapper Duelist. If you seek protection, flexibility, and fine fashion, you've come to the right place.
Okay.
Some of the finest duelists in Treviso wear my leathers. Let me know if you need a custom fit.
So this is Treviso now.
Have some hope. The crows haven't given up.
They won't last much longer if the Antam have their way.
This one is done.
He was my cousin!
Don't worry. Taya and Viago sent us.
Can we put Connus? Yes! Kill them! Kill the Antam! They killed Darren! They killed my cousin! They're weak on the left! Got them!
That's done. Are you Jacobus?
Please, you have to finish Darrett's contract. It's about the Butcher. My cousin was going to spy on the Butcher. He told me we'd pick up the contract from a dead drop. But then, someone has to finish this for Darrett. Please.
We will take care of it. Go back to the diamond.
I will, just give me a minute.
That note said Dareth should pick up the contract at the usual place across from Taya and Viago. Just follow the marks.
There will be a trail of marks left by previous crows. It will lead us right to it.
I spotted something on the walls. Earlier, I mean.
Let's go look.
Crow mark. Perfectly thrown.
That's gotta be Dareth's trail. Keep an eye out. Another mark this way.
If the Butcher wants Treviso to thrive, he needs to let ships sail freely.
Here's another crow mark.
You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, Lucanus, but how did the Venatori stick you with spite?
They fed me something. Like he was a parasite in uncooked meat.
You know, I've spent lots of time around demons, but I've never heard of them being used that way.
Zara said she got the idea from some cult in Orlais. They used it on seekers who are immune to demons.
I've been learning how to make Kunari foods. Maybe the Antam will be kinder once they've eaten some Iska.
Our next crow mark.
What is it? Another mark. This is where the marks lead. Dareth's contract must be here somewhere. The Butcher is making poison. Comic. Comic? That stuff gives you nightmares. Chips at your mind.
If I were the Butcher, it'd be a good way to keep people in line.
We cannot let the Butcher unleash this on Treviso.
He won't. The Antam brought in a comic master to mix the poison. He's at the garrison. We stop him there before this goes any further. Almost there.
The Venatori were growing demons and people? That's what was happening in the ossuary?
Zara was trying to get certain types of demons. Some are harder to summon than others, I guess. They were waiting for Spike to break out of my body like I was a cocoon for a moth.
I mean, I'm glad he didn't, but why didn't he?
A deal.
Nice weather.
It's well.
Back on the ground soon.
Trap.
Take them out, quick!
Now's your chance.
Good work, everyone!
We're in. Let's find the comic master.
I command you to ignore whispers. I command you to ignore traitors.
Watch ahead.
You cannot forbid the crows!
I am will made flesh. So much flesh. Find the butcher denied has come to me. Through my words.
I'm here on behalf of the crows, poisoner.
Poison. You face the gifts of the gods.
How is he even talking? He's completely blinded!
We'll ask questions after it's dead. Keep at it. We can't let this thing out. I think we've just about got it.
How can you tell?
It's done. The comic master's dead.
Thank goodness. Hate those things.
First things first. Let's destroy the rest of the poison. Then we figure out what was going on here. That's the last of the poison, thankfully. Let's look for anything else that explains what's happening. Wait, this note says that wasn't all the comic. The butcher's angry because some went missing.
What? Who stole it?
No idea. But the note does mention the butcher's inside traitor. The occupation had help. Taya and Viago need to know they were right.
Are you out of your minds?
Someone had to act.
They most certainly did not! I told you crows to stay out of this!
Out of what? Defending our home?
If we had a stronger civil government instead of a bunch of circus criminals, the Antam wouldn't have a foothold in the first place!
You're responsible for the city?
This is Governor Ivenchi. They have concerns.
My concern is how you've endangered the city.
We're defending Antiva.
These protections are in place for the good of everyone. You act without oversight.
We crows are the oversight.
And yet, here we are, awash in Antam. And now, you've angered the Butcher.
We have other enemies too. The gods are involved, corrupting some Antam, making them monsters.
And the Butcher?
You two were right. He had help taking the city. Human traitors.
I didn't want to believe it. Killing the Butcher does nothing if someone could just sell us out again.
I'd start right here. You Talons are known for infighting and betrayal.
You're accusing them? One of their crows died for this contract.
That's enough. Rook, thank you for finishing that contract. The only reward we have is to ask you for more.
We're allies. Of course I'll help.
Ivenchi is right about one thing. The Butcher will not like that we're fighting back.
We need to be ready. Rook, I will have every crow tracking this traitor and the gods, and we will send word when we find something.
The stakes are too high. This should be left to proper officials.
Go back to filing trade receipts, Ivenchi. The crows rule Antiva.
And Treviso will be free. With or without you, Governor.